and the back judge is Darren Nelson. I want to remind you that there's always Coca-Cola at Mega Foods. Mega Foods just off I-5 at South 84th Street. Open 24 hours for shopping convenience, featuring great everyday low prices. Look for the Coca-Cola display at Mega Foods, South 84th and Hosmer in Tacoma. And, of course, stay tuned because after the game, we will be selecting the Mega Foods Mega Player of the Game for PLU. That will be during the post-game activity immediately following this afternoon's action. The Lutes remained number 5 set for the first quarter of play from Spark Stadium in Puyallup. The signal, and here's Thomas. And the kick. It is high and will be taken by an up back at the 15. Across the 20 at the near sideline. Cuts back inside the 25 to the 27-yard line. Tackled there by DJ Seidel for the one back behind him. Man in motion through the formation. Kale Cockett, the big tight end. He'll line up strong right side. Receivers left and right on the formation. Backs shall shift to the eye. Option play down the far sideline. It's kept by the quarterback on the option play, and he's wrapped up from behind Kevin Winder, the defensive end.
Very big. We'll see if they have any speed to go with that size.
We'll take a look at that starting offensive line, and we'll set up the defense for you after this play with the back split offset to the left side. Back to pass Davis. Looking down the near sideline, has a receiver tripping over the defender, and here comes the flag. That has to be offensive interference. As Scott Larson, the defensive back, there's Scott, tackles Chris Bowen and Robert Vallejo. A second and long situation for Eastern Oregon. They need to get the ball out to the 38. The ball is back inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. Their own 14, hash mark right side. The backs, one back behind the quarterback now. Davis will operate out of the shotgun. Has one receiver wide left on the play, a wing to the left side. They hike to the up back, and he splits over the left side, gets out across the 15 up near the 18-yard line. A short gain of 4, I'll say it's third down. So it is third down. Mendoza will come wide left, 2 to the right side. Out of the shotgun, Davis back to pass, getting pressure, hit as he throws the ball, and this is well over the head of the intended receiver, closest to it for PLU. The defensive series goes nowhere. Eastern Oregon will have to punt the football away, and PLU will get it. Brian Scott back at his own 5, gets the snap, puts it up into the air. Nice high, hanging, booming kick since Chad Barnett back inside his own 40. Backpedaling, takes it at the 36, heads to the near sideline. The 45 up to midfield and driven out of bounds into the PLU bench right in front of us. And so the Lute offense will take over in excellent field position. So the Lutes will take over for the first time this afternoon from their own 49, moving left to right. And the familiar offense, 2-point conversion pass to Chad Barnett that forced the tie. Aaron Tang, Barnett are the backs. Dave Askvold is the fullback. Alex Hill and Gavin Stanley, the 2 ends. Weekly under center, Brian Flatham on first down. He has Aaron Tang about 6 yards off the line of scrimmage, directly behind him with Barber offset to the right side. And Barnett is the wing. Tight ends are strong left and right on first down. Toss sweep left side. This is Aaron Tang looking for the corner, has midfield, looks for the 45, looking for the first down stripe. Ran over the stick. Went out of bounds about a yard or 2 shy, so he picks up 8 on the play. Strung out by the linebacker.
A lot today. I'm sure they want to mix it up a whole lot this week since they had to go so much to the air attack last week.
3 receivers come wide right. Gavin Stanley closest to the sideline on second and short. Barber, the fullback, the lone setback. He'll take the handoff, go over the right side, has the first down. Big hole up the middle of the field, across the 30, down near the 25-yard line. Mitchell, again, the linebacker, makes the stop for the Mountaineers. Got help on the play.
Barber, a lot of running room, picked up 16 and a nice first down.
So 1st and 10 for PLU, and this time they'll send trips to the left side of the formation. Again, the lone setback is Barnett. He's offset to the left behind Weekly, operating under center. Now Barnett shifts directly behind his quarterback, 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Barnett gets the handoff, breaks away from a tackle in the backfield across the 20 to the 15, breaks away to the 10, 5, touchdown, PLU. And now they'll set up for the extra point attempt. Jamie Thomas out of the hold of Carl Hoseth. At the 12:30 mark of the first quarter, PLU moves downfield in a hurry on their first offensive series. And the extra point is up. Plenty of leg and plenty good. And our score, with 12:30 left in the first quarter, is PCLAY.
The touchdown.
All on the ground. Weekly did not have to put the ball up once on that drive. And now Thomas has it teed up at the left hash mark. down to our left, and he puts this one high and short. And coming up at the 4, backpedaling actually to pick it up across the 15. Hit and dropped by Ted Riddell, and a flag comes in very late from way upfield near the midfield stripe. Was thrown about 10 yards by the official, but Ted Riddell, what a monster hit.
Ted Riddell has a real flair for the dramatic, the exceptional plays. That time just came flying in from the outside, and we're going to have a illegal use of the hands penalty on the Mounties, but Riddell.
As they move right to left, Terry Foreman comes wide left, and also a receiver to the wide side, the right side of the formation. And the tight end standing up, strong right, and the backs are shifting, split offset to the left behind the quarterback Davis on first down. Handoff to the second back through, finds a hole over the right side, breaks out across the 10 to the 15, close to a first down up near the 20-yard line. It was Bob Butterfield.
56 yards on the ground and caught 7 passes for 89 yards, so he's a big part of this Mountaineer offense.
George Mendoza comes wide left, and again the tight end standing up is strong left, and the back shift and split behind the quarterback, offset to the left side. Davis under center with a wing to the right, handoff second back through. Butterfield straight up the middle, has a flag on the play, spinning out of the way of one defender, has some open field down the far sideline, driven out of bounds across the midfield stripe into PLU territory by John Ruby. Now let's go back and see if the play will stand. Nonetheless, it is a procedure call, and it'll take the ball back inside the 15 to the 12 hash mark. 6 for the first down. Need to get out to the 19. So 2nd and 6 from their own 13-yard line. Hash mark right side. 2 receivers wide left with a man in the slot. The backs are split. The tight end is strong left on the play. John Ruby crowding the line of scrimmage. Now he shifts off. They hand off, breaking to the outside. With the football is Doug McCann trying to break to the outside. He has the 20, has the first down across the 20 up to the 23-yard line. So he picks up close to 10 on that one before he is brought down. Kevin Winder.
And turned on his speed to pick up about 11 yards.
And we have 11 minutes left in the first quarter. PLU up 7-0. Eastern Oregon, second offensive series. Option play, quarterback Davis will take it. He's wrapped up by Albert Jackson, who came from the blind side. Davis didn't see him, standing back there waiting for him as he was about to cut up field. Davis was wrapped. Expect to hear those names quite often here this evening. The corners are Scott Larson and John Hamill. The safeties, free safety Brad Christensen. The strong safety is Trevor White. 2nd and 10. Back split offset left, receivers left and right on the play. Davis back to pass, no, hands off to the fullback who tried the right side, got it upfield for about 3 over the right end. And once again, Judd Benedict was there, 34 for a first down. George Mendoza, the sophomore out of Prosser, Washington, comes wide left. Backs in the eye, 2 receivers wide right. Back to pass. Davis looking down the far sideline, and it's over the outstretched hands of the receiver who, if he had caught it, probably would have been out of bounds. And again, the receiver trying to field the punt coming up now for the Mountaineers at the 9:30 mark of the first quarter. Scott back at his own 12-yard line, awaiting the snap from center. Low snap, takes it off his shoestring, gets it off, almost blocked. Another high hanging kick, and this will be Ted Riddell at his own 43, down the near sideline. The 50, tripped up across the 50 to the Eastern Oregon 46-yard line. So a gain on the play on the return of about that tonight's game, or this afternoon's game, brought to you by Coca-Cola and your Pacific Coca-Cola bottlers, and by the Old Country Buffet, with 2 locations to serve you, Puyallup and Lakewood. Trips to the wide side, the left side of the field. Ball resting hash mark right side. Tom Barber, the fullback, the lone setback. Actually, that's Barnett, who shifts now in the backfield, directly behind quarterback Weekly. Option play near side, back to Barnett. Barnett with a block in front of him, gets the 40, hurdles toward the sideline, across the 40, near the 39-yard line. And a gain of about 6 on the play for the Loop.
He's going to try and establish their ground game here, and they're certainly doing it at the hands of Eastern Oregon so far.
2nd and 3 for PLU, a long 3. Fake the inside handoff. Weekly back for his first pass, throws. It's almost intercepted at the 28-yard line as Chad Mitchell, a busy linebacker, stepped in front. The quarter brings up 3rd and 3 for the Lutes from the 39-yard line, hash mark right side of Eastern Oregon. Weekly on 3rd down will operate out of the shotgun with 2 back split with him in the backfield. Receivers left and right. Barnett is wide left on the play. Stanley, the tight end, to the right side. And on the snap, handoff to Tang, has the first down, heads up middle, bounces off a defender across the 30 down to the 27-yard line, and a PLU first down. Gains close to 10 on the play. Weekly sends 3 receivers wide left. Tom Barber, the lone setback, behind him in the backfield. Weekly back to pass, has some time. Now will sprint to the near sideline away from pressure. Looking, throwing toward the end zone. Got Barnett, diving catch, touchdown, PLU. Chad Barnett with off the foot of Jamie Thomas. Carl Hoseth again with the hold. Snap is back. The kick is up on its way. The kick is no good. Wide right. And so with 8:10 left in the first quarter, our score.
For Mark Weekly, breaking the old mark of 69 by Todd Greeno, who played at Willamette. Congratulations to Mark Weekly on a nice 27-yard touchdown strike to Chad Barnett.
Thomas has it teed up, kicking left to right. A high kick will be taking inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. On the return, Eastern Oregon across the 10, the 15, and sandwiched across the 20-yard line and dropped near the 22 as Brian Alexander on the tackle for the Lutes.
Brought it in and scored the 27-yarder.
Terry Foreman comes wide left to the short side of the field. 1st and 10 from their own 22, hash mark left side. Eastern Oregon down now 13-0. Two-back split offset to the left. And the receiver strong right as well, as Davis dropping back to pass, pressure from the backside, hit, down he goes back at the 15-yard line, and killing untouched around the right end for the Lutes was Josh Arnold. Redshirt freshman, 5'10", 200, has scored as many points here in the first quarter, almost as they did in the entire game last week against a very tough Linfield defense, but the PLU defense has picked up basically where they left off last week. On 2nd and 17, Davis looking to throw down the near sideline. Now he's one over the middle, and it's caught on over the shoulder grab with a defender in excellent coverage across the 35 up to the 39-yard line. Excellent catch by Terry Foreman. And again for PLU, the coverage.
But he was right there and good coverage. Foreman just brought it in and made a nice catch.
First down, brings the ball out to the Mountaineer 39, and they'll operate out of the shotgun on first down. Davis inside, handoff to Butterfield. The lone setback gets up across the 40 near the 46-yard line, picks up close to 7 on the play. That looks very familiar. Looks almost like the wraparound draw that the Lutes. A gain of 7 brings up second down, I should say. 2nd and a long 3 for the first down. They need to get to the 49, their own 49 for the first. And again, they'll operate out of the shotgun. Movement along the defensive line. The Lutes get back. Back to throw. Davis steps up, dumps one off to his back. Butterfield pressured and driven out of bounds by John Hamill. And now a flag comes in late. I wonder if Hamill maybe grabbed a face mask as he was riding Butterfield out of bounds, although the flag is in the middle of the field rather than the far sideline where the tackle occurred. It is a first down at the play stands. But now we'll check the officials for the call. Holding against the Mountaineers. It's twice now on Big Hall against PLU, so a break for the Mountaineers moves the ball down into Lute territory at the PLU 44-yard line, and a first down to boot. Ball resting between the hashes on 1st and 10. Their first foray into the Lute side of the field. Out of the shotgun, Davis takes the snap, dropping back, getting some pressure, throwing over the middle for his tight end. Cockett catches it, but it's a gain of maybe 1, if that. Looks like he actually got back to the line of scrimmage and defended well in the play. And Foreman will come to the short side, the left side of the formation. Mike Woodard goes wide right. The backs are split behind quarterback Davis on 2nd down. The tight end strong right. Hand off to Butterfield, trying to break to the outside, and he gets ankle tackled by Albert Jackson and dropped for a loss of 2 on the play. Jackson from his knees kind of looked up and he saw Butterfield coming his direction. And the Lutes bring in an extra defensive back. Checking into the ball game for the Lutes is Jason Fawcett. Out of the shotgun, Davis back to throw, has time, throwing over the middle. It's complete, hit immediately on the play, although as the receiver, that was Mendoza. Or was it Foreman? I think it might have been Foreman on the catch, but he was hit immediately by the lane to elect to go for it. On 4th down, 4th and 4, they need to get inside the PLU 38-yard line for the first. They'll operate out of the shotgun. Butterfield is the lone setback in the backfield along with the quarterback. Back to throw, Davis throws over the middle. It's incomplete. Reaching in and knocking the ball out at the last second was Benedict. It was intended for the receiver cutting across on the 43-yard line. Hash mark left side, moving left to right. The backs split behind quarterback Weekly. Operates under center with a wing to the left side. Toss sweep to Barnett. Cuts inside a block and ankle tackled. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. A nice job defensively that time from Charles Williams, the nose tackle.
A lot of that today because Linfield effectively took that away from him last week, and I think PLU wants to start utilizing that more in their offensive game plan.
2nd and 10, hash mark right side at their own 37-yard line. Man in motion, Barnett coming toward the formation. Weekly inside handoff to Tang, and Tang is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage. Again, no gain on the play. The defensive line of
Solomona Tuisama Tateli, I believe, and I probably butchered it, but Tui will call him probably the rest of the afternoon.
We'll call him Tui. He was in on the stop. It's 3rd down and 9 for the Lutes. Out of the shotgun. Weekly back to pass. Looking over the middle. Throws tight end wide open. Stanley upfield with momentum across the 40 down to the 37-yard line into Eastern Oregon territory. Against Linfield. And now they have it 1st and 10 once again inside Eastern Oregon's 40-yard line. 1st and 10, Weekly with trips to the wide side, the left side of the formation. Working out of the shotgun, dropping back. Here comes the blitz from the right side, throwing to Aaron Tang along the near sideline. Cuts to the 35, the 30, down the near sideline to the 25 and dragged down from behind. Clint Williams, the free safety, along with the linebacker, Matt. So PLU 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line, hash mark right side, inside Eastern Oregon territory, as Tang picked up the 1st down. And the backs are split on offset to the right. Weekly under center here with tight ends left and right in strong. On 1st down, throwing, and the receiver Tang came in. The pass went outside as he made his cut down at the 15-yard line. It's incomplete.
Leading the ground game with 33 yards on 3 carries. Aaron Tang, 20 yards on 3 carries.
So here's 2nd and 10 for the Lutes, and Weekly again will operate out of the shotgun. 2 backs are split in the backfield along with him. Gavin Stanley comes to the short side, wide right, and Tang is wide left. Inside handoff to Burnett, sweeping to the left side. Now he cuts back the other direction, and he gets a block from Mark Weekly. Took out one lineman, and then Barnett is able to get back to the 25, and that is it. But Mark Weekly with a nice bit of block.
Found himself doing a little blocking that time instead of throwing or pitching the ball off.
Pops right back up, and he is operating out of the shotgun on 3rd and 10. He has a receiver wide left, takes the snap, rolls to his left. Looking for his receiver to make the cut. Now he throws back the other way, in and out of the hands of a diving Chad Barnett down at the 10-yard line. It goes incomplete. Coverage on the play by
about a 42-yarder if they tried it, and certainly comfortably in the lead here. Why not?
Jim Shapiro comes wide right to the short side of the field. Out of the shotgun, Weekly looking on the near sideline, has time, throwing over the middle. It's in and out of the hands, and incomplete. It was Gavin Stanley, the intended receiver, and he got sandwiched by Andrew Amave.
That's going to be a big pick-me-up for the Mountaineer fans as the Lutes were knocking again, and they stalled that drive with the incompletion.
Out of the eye on 1st down. Davis, freshman quarterback, hands off to the deep back, and Butterfield tries the right side and got back to the line of scrimmage, and not much more. Quarter, Eastern Oregon moving left to right. It is now a 3rd and 8 play for the Mountaineers. And again, Davis out of the shotgun, getting some pressure, throws, has a crossing pattern, is complete to his back, coming out of the backfield. Voigt up near the 35 and close to a 1st down. The Lutes offside. Riddell and Barnett have dropped back inside the 35 down to our right. Scott awaiting the snap. It's high, almost, it is over his head, off his fingertips, has to chase it down at the 10, picks it up, now he's going to have to run with it, running to the far sideline. He's got Lutz chasing him, and Josh Arnold pushes him out at the 20, and PLU will take over. 1st and 10 at the Eastern Oregon 20-yard line. 1st down play. Tight end comes strong left for the Lutz. Kale Piland. And a man in motion out of the backfield is Barnett coming to the near side. Weekly drops back, flag on the play. I think the Lutz are going to be called for an illegal procedure. Meanwhile, over the middle, the pass to Aaron Tang breaks his way. That's Barber pushing his way inside. And did he get in for the touchdown? Yes, touchdown, PLU. But let's hold off because there is a flag, and I think the Lutz had 2 men in motion. at the snap of the football, and this one will probably be coming back. Mark Wakely talking with the man who threw the flag, but I don't think he's going to win the argument. Barnett was coming in motion toward the near side, and I saw Aaron Tang also moving on the play, and I think that's what's going to bring the play back for the Lutes. So we have seen a
touchdown, but it's a 5-yard penalty, and that negates a big play for PLU.
So it brings up 1st and 15. Ball back at the 26. Quick hit out to the outside. Barnett looking for a block from his tight end. Gets it down the near sideline to the 10 and out of bounds. And a flag late. And let's see, Gavin Stanley gets up, sees the yellow flag behind him. He's looked football on 1180 KLAY. The Eastern Oregon players hail from Western Washington and some from Eastern Washington as well. So it's now 1st and 23 for the Lutes. First down, the good news. The bad news, they need 23 yards. Shapiro in motion out of the backfield. Breaks to the outside. Weekly takes the snap, rolls right, looking, throwing on the run, has completion to his tight end up at the 20, cuts back in, Stanley at the 15, up to the 10 and dragged down there, and he has the first down. He picks up 24. So the Lutes get it all back in one play.
Picking 24 yards and the first down, and they're just inside the 10, so they're going to have to get it in on 3 plays or settle for a field goal.
1st and 10 from the 10-yard line. Hash mark right side. Shapiro comes wide left to the wide side of the field. One setback behind the quarterback. This is Barber over the right side. Inside the 10, stood up as he got across the 10, close to the 9-yard line. Little man-on-man that time. So 2nd down, Shapiro again will come wide left. Barber split in the backfield along with Barnett. Now movement along the line as Pilon shifts the tight end. Now Shapiro goes in motion toward the formation. Weekly back to pass, fake to Barnett, getting pressure, rolls to the right, looking. Now he's going to step back the other way, looking the other way, getting pressure from Tui, steps away from that pressure, still on the run, looking into the back of the end zone, 2 receivers, touchdown, PLU. Gavin Stanley on the reception, and that mega play by the Lutes brought to you by Mega Foods. Mega Foods at South 72nd and Hosmer just.
Ball, and gosh, there were a couple of open guys in the end zone. Stanley ended up being the one to make the catch, and 10-yard touchdown pass, although he threw it about 40.
Lutes will go for 2. Weekly back to throw, throws one into the corner of the end zone far side. They got it, 2 points, and the Lutes pick up the extra point they missed previously, and I believe it may have been Stanley on the end of this one as well. We can't see the number right now as he's being congratulated. He just Weekly took the snap, 2-step drop, and listening to Lute football on 1180 KLAY. On top, 21-0. Jamie Thomas has it teed up down to our right at the 35-yard line. He approaches the football, and he sends this one on a line drive. Bounces at the 20, picked up by an up back. This is Butterfield on the reverse. He'll give it to the other man coming through. This is Foreman, and he's tripped up in the open field. What a great job in the open field by the Lute special teams, and that one goes to Kirk Hamilton.
Foreman got the handoff and had open running room, but Hamilton, nice stop to prevent the big run back.
1st and 10 from their own 27, hash mark right side. Out of the eye, Davis, the quarterback, with his team now trailing 21-0. Handoff, and they'll try to bring it around the near side, and hurdling the 30-yard line and getting up near the 35 for Eastern Oregon. The ball carrier, and the little footballs flying in the stands below us every time the Lutes score. Little plastic footballs come up. Out of the shotgun on 2nd and 3. Man in motion, Foreman through the formation from the near to the far side. Davis juggled the snap, and now a whistle blows. Could be delay of game coming up here against the Mountaineers, which would be another setback. It is delay of game, Eastern Oregon. That's going to bring him back to
Christensen. You're going to have to start making some changes in the offensive game plan, or start executing a little better, because they're down 21-0 here. Just into the 2nd quarter.
It is 2nd and 8, not 3rd and 8. Davis throwing as he's hit, and it's almost intercepted. He was hit as he threw the ball, and almost picked off by the Lutes stepping into that one. And Mike Woodard will come wide to the short side, the right side of the field. Anderson will go wide left. A low snap. Davis picks it up. Here comes the pressure, the blitz. They throw it over the middle. The big tight end's got it at the 35, and up course, close to a first down, but going to be about 1.5 yards shy. Collie Cockett down 21-0. Eastern Oregon. Let's see if they will try to draw the defense off. They'll operate out of the eye. Davis under center. Casey Powers. And a long count. And there's movement along the offensive line. And that was the left tackle, Robert Vallejo, 6'3", 250-pound sophomore moving. And they had the reverse effect. I think they were trying to draw the defense offside. Procedure call against Eastern Oregon, and so now they'll lose 5. The ball sailed off of his fingertips over his head, and the Lutes took over at the 20 and turned it into 6 points. Riddell and Barnett back at the 30, down to our right, awaiting the snap. The officials marking off the penalty, and now the official call, and now they'll get out of the way, and they'll snap the football with 9:54 to go in the first half. PLU with a 3-touchdown lead. The snap is back. He dropped the snap, and he's hit immediately, dropped in the backfield, and the Lutes will take over at the 21-yard line. I think that was Mark Quamish coming through as Scott dropped the snap from center. That time it was...
That ball's bobbled, though. Scott is open game for a tackle, and Givens that time brought him down for about a 12-yard loss.
Man in motion as Barnett comes toward the near side, out of the backfield. Weekly back to pass, getting pressure as the ends are coming in. He breaks free. No, he can't get away, and he's ripped down back outside the 35 at the 38-yard line. A sack on the play and a loss of nearly 20. 9:08 to go in the quarter. PLU with the lead. Cale Pilon will come wide left, and Barnett and Tang are in the slot to the left side, so it's trips to the left, and Barber the lone setback. Weekly under center, and we have a whistle and possibly delay a game. PLU, in fact, that is the call, so the Lutes will lose 5 more. It'll be second down and 32 for PLU. They need to get down to the eastern 11-yard line for a first down. Now, the last time they were in a similar situation on third touchdown advantage over the Mountaineers. Weekly under center with 2 backs, split offset to the left. A wing to the left side is Barnett. And double tight ends on second and long. Weekly over the middle. He throws complete. Reaching back to bring it in down at the 32-yard line is Gavin Stanley. Pulled muscle, but he's seen plenty of action here this evening or this afternoon. He's certainly back and healthy at 100%. 3 receivers, trips to the wide side, the left side of the field. Weekly under center with Barber the lone setback. Weekly back to pass. Here comes the pressure. Steps up. Has some room, breaks free to the 30, the 20, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, PLU. And that mega play by the Lutes brought to you by Mega Foods. Mega Foods at South 7. Now the extra point off the foot of Jamie Thomas. The attempt out of the hold of Carl Hoseth. Trevor White, the deep snapper, puts it back. It's down, it's up, it's good. And with 7:38 to go here in the first half, our score, Pacific Lutheran 28, Eastern Oregon nothing. You're listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLAY. Eastern Oregon awaiting the kick. PLU student body on their feet down below us, enjoying what they have seen so far from the Lutes. It's a line drive, will be taken by an up back Butterfield. At the 25, Stetter steps to the outside, looking for some room, has the 30, and driven out of bounds into the PLU bench, all the way over to the grandstands, and almost ran into the Cyclone against PLU. Personal foul, late hit against the Lutes, and that should move the ball up towards midfield. And so Eastern will start.
Almost the pace that PLU had last week when they had 12 or 13 against the Wildcats.
From their own 49-yard line, moving left to right. Backs in the eye behind Davis. Receivers are left and right. The tight end is strong left on the play. It is 1st and 10, trailing by 4 touchdowns. Davis hands off in the backfield, and they got back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Knoth on the carry for the, but again, the penalties have played a part of that as well. Out of the shotgun with receivers left and right, Woodward comes to the near side, a wing to the left side, and Davis 6 yards behind center, waiting the snap. On 2nd down and 10, here comes the pressure, it's coming, and here comes Albert Jackson with help from his friends, drops Davis back at the 29-yard line. Albert Jackson led the way, but plenty of other Lutes were there, including Brian Alexander. And the Lutes will bring in a couple of extra DBs on the play, and there are 2 receivers left for Eastern Oregon, and Davis once again will operate from the shotgun. Woodward will come short, wide right on the play. Back to throw, getting some pressure, and he's hit and dropped. Ted Riddell backed into him that time and still able to knock him down onto his backside. Again, Albert Jackson was there. And another adventure in the life of their punter, Scott, who's back at his 7 awaiting the snap. Riddell and Barnett awaiting the kick. Almost blocked it. It's a nice high hanging but short kick. Barnett will take it at his 42. Looking for some running room. Down the near sideline, the 50, the 40. He's got the 30. No one's going to touch him. He's down to the 10, 5. Touchdown, PLU.
No flags on the field, 59 yards. What a nice run back by Chad Barnett. He took about 3 steps to the right, didn't see any open running space, made a quick cut back to the left, found an avenue down the left side.
Hold it at the 10. Trevor White, the deep snapper, over the ball. It's back, it's up, it's on its way, and it is good. And with 5:10 to go here in the first half of play, the Lutes extend their lead. It's PLU 35, Eastern Oregon nothing. You're listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLAY.
Oseth warming up in the sidelines earlier and with a comfortable 35-0 lead. You wonder if Mark Weekly and the rest of the starters will see much action. You know, Frosty will probably leave him in for the first half and sit him most of the second half.
Well, I saw Carl on the headsets there talking with offensive coordinator Scott Westring, I imagine, upstairs here in the press box. So it looks like he may be going in if they get the ball back here in the first half. 5:10 to go. You would imagine they would, the way the defense is playing, throwing a shutout right now. Thomas's kick is high and will be taken at the 8-yard line. Across the 15 to the 20 to the 30-yard line to the 35. Got room in front of him. This is Foreman. Dragged down from behind. Thomas, the kicker, was waiting, but it was Scott Larson who made the ankle grab.
44 in the return, but the Mounties starting in good field position here on the PLU 48-yard line.
On first down, hash mark right side, backs in the eye, and receivers left and right. Woodward comes to the near side, tight end is strong left. Toss sweep to the left side, and this is Knath, and Knath finding his way upfield, cutting in and out of defenders, gets it across the PLU 40 down to the 37-yard line, and that's good enough with 4:37 to go in the first half. They're trying to break onto the scoreboard. And we do see some of the extra DBs in the ball game now for the Lutes. Again, operating out of the eye. Toss sweep to the short side, the right side. Knath cuts inside and gets up near the 35, maybe the 34-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. Givens is in there in the defensive backfield along with Brian Alexander. And again, the backs in the eye on 2nd and 7. And the handoff to Knath, breaks to the outside, looking for the corner around the left end, but he's wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. In fact, may have even lost a yard on the play.
Down marker says second down. And the scoreboard says second down, and I'm trying to figure out how we didn't get it down in here.
Well, it says 2nd and 8, so from behind center, back to throw, pressure coming. Davis throws to Butterfield near sideline at the 40, 35, and down to the 30, and dragged out of bounds by Albert Jackson, who came from behind to bring him down now near the 30-yard line, and a gain on the play right side. And 3rd down and 6 now coming up for Eastern Oregon. Woodward comes wide right to the short side of the field. Davis out of the shotgun with a tight end strong right. A wing to the left side. Back to pass. Looking for Butterfield out of the backfield. Takes the swing pass, trying to cut inside. Gets back to the 30 and down close to a first down at the 25-yard line. He'll be about a yard shy. But from the PLU 26-yard line, hash mark left side. Woodward comes wide right. Back split offset to the right side behind Davis, the quarterback. Tight end is strong to the right side. Cockett back to throw, rolling, throwing to Butterfield out of the backfield. Has the catch, has the first down, has the 20, has the 18-yard line dropped by Alexander. And Givens on the play for PLU, coming up from the defensive backfield for the Lutes to make the stop, but not before Butterfield makes Albert Jackson. 2:08 to go here in the first half. PLU leading 35-0. And rolling to the near sideline with a football. Davis going to throw on the run to his big tight end Cockett at the 5, and he gets upended at the 5-yard line by Givens. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape on that one.
Well, you got Cockett at 6'7".
Of the afternoon against this PLU defense. At the 5-yard line, hash mark right side. Backs are split offset to the left behind the quarterback. Davis under center with receivers left and right. Cockett, the tight end, is strong left. On 1st and goal, Davis rolling into Albert Jackson. Throws to Butterfield out of the backfield. Hit at the goal line. Backs his way over. Touchdown, Eastern Oregon. And the contingent of Eastern Oregon,
including the 5-yarder for the score.
Chad Ulrich now in for the extra point attempt. And one member of the Eastern Oregon team, Leighton, getting out of the field. He is set, low snap, kick, blocked. It's loose. It can be picked up and returned. It's picked up by Givens, dribbling. He's got the ball. No one's going to get him. The Lutes are going to pick up another point or two here as Givens is on his way to the end zone. And the Lutes are going to add on to their lead. And I believe that's worth 2 points.
Indeed it is.
And it will be 37-6. PLU, somebody's put up 6 points on the board, but that is not a touchdown. You can return the block extra point, but it is not implemented a few years back, where if you block an extra point or you pick off a 2-point off the tee, there is again a light breeze blowing through Sparks Stadium. Olympics in Atlanta in 1996. They'll have to hold the football so it doesn't blow off the tee, and the kick is high and will be taken by Barnett at his own 6-yard line. Hash mark left, cutting across field to the far sideline, looking for a hole up the far sideline. He's got some room, flag flies. He's up across the 35 to the 37, and usually on a situation like this, if a flag comes in, it's illegal block or clip against the return team, so PLU will probably start back deep. And now let's see if we also see Josh Requa has checked into the backfield. A 5'8", 175-pound Jeff Fritz is checked in at one of the guard spots for the Lutes. And Requa comes wide left on 1st and 10 from their own 10-yard line. Movement along the defensive line. Toss sweep to the near side, left side, and they cut it up across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Now we got a 55-pound junior out of Eugene, Oregon. We're down to 46 seconds to go in the half. Back split offset, toss sweep right side. This is Requa, and he's tripped up in the backfield. Nice job by the strong safety, Andrew Omave, of getting into the backfield. The backup quarterback is signaling in the play call. In this particular instance, with Hoseth in the game, Weekly is on the sideline, and he is most likely the one signaling the play call into quarterback Hoseth on 3rd down. Two-back split offset to the left, receiver wide left, hand off to the up-back Joe Turgeon, stumbles his way across the 15 out to the 17-yard line and stopped there. And so that is going to be the end of the first half of play. We have reached halftime at KLAY.
To put the ball in the air a lot in the second half.
So Thomas approaches the football, sends it high and deep, and it will be taken by Foreman at the 5, to the 10, the 15, the 20, hurdles the 20 up to the 25 and falls forward to the 27-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 for Eastern Oregon at their own, come wide left on the play. On 1st and 10, Davis brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage. He's tied in a strong right. And he'll take it on the option. Deep pitch to Knoth. Knoth around the right corner and gets up across the 30 up near the 32-yard line. And so he picks up close to 5 on 1st line. As Mendoza comes wide left. Sophomore out of Prosser, Washington, played for the Mustangs. Backs are split offset to the right side. Davis back to pass. 2-step drop ball deflected and intercepted by the Lutes. Judd Benedict, the linebacker. Kind of falling back toward the line of scrimmage when he saw that ball up in the air. Let's check it. John Ruby with the interception.
Very good field position on the Mountaineers 36.
All resting hash mark left side. Lutes move left to right here in the 3rd quarter. A wing Barnett, or I should say Aaron Tang is right on the play, double tight in strong left and right, two-back split and offset behind the quarterback Weekly on 1st down. The big fullback Barber gets it and tries the left side, gets forward for a yard before he is pushed back. For the Eastern Oregon 35-yard line, hash mark left side. And 2 receivers will come wide right. Stanley and Tang, the two-back split offset to the right side. Weekly with Tang in motion now back toward the formation, dropping straight back, throws over the middle to Tang. Tang at the 30, sprints away from one defender, but spun out of bounds at the 28-yard line, a few yards shy of a 1st down. And the mark left side. Weekly now with 3 in the backfield behind him, and double tight end strong left and right. 3rd and 3 with 13:25 to go 3rd quarter. Following the interception, PLU on offense, option play to the near side. Weekly on the carry, going to sprint upfield, looking for the 1st down marker, tripped up in the backfield by the strong safety, And he is short of the first down by 2 yards. That was Alumave,
who found a way to get a hand and part of his body on Weekly's legs to stop him short of the first down.
So on 4th and 1, PLU with a full house backfield. Weekly rolling, sprinting, throwing, looking in the end zone. He had his receiver turned the other way. It's incomplete, almost intercepted by the corner, Sean Reeves, down at the 10-yard line. Weekly was getting pressure by Scott Rosen. The complete, and the Lutes will turn it over on down. So the interception, the Lutes cannot capitalize, and Eastern gets the football back. PLU's defensive alignment, 4-3, and the linebackers crowding the line of scrimmage. We see Riddell was lined up strong right, and they hand it off, and the ball carrier, probably Butterfield, the way that pile is moving forward, gets it across the 30 up to the 32-yard line. And make it 6 officially for Eastern, as George Mendoza will line up in a slot to the right side, a wing to the left. The tight end, Cockett, is strong left, and one setback behind Davis on second down. Lutz looking blitz, but the linebackers drop back, hand off Butterfield, kind of trying to find a hole, and he pushes the pile forward again across the 35 up near the 36-yard line, and about 2 yards short of the first down for the Mountaineers, with 11:35 to go here in the from home by Lutheran Brotherhood and your local Lutheran Brotherhood agents, and by Budget Car and Truck Rental of Tacoma. The smart money is on budget. So 3rd and 1. Davis back to throw. Throwing, has a receiver open across the 40. Goes to his knees. That's Woodward up at the 42 for the first down.
Just the first one for Woodward this afternoon, though.
So the first down at their own 42, hash mark right side as they move right to left here in the quarter. Receivers are left and right. Two back split offset to the left side, and the tight end Cockett is strong left. And Davis on the snap rolling to the near side. Pitch back to Butterfield. Butterfield hemmed in along the near sideline and dropped at the 42. May have lost a yard on the play. See Matt Mihilich over there for PLU and got help on.
Stop Butterfield from gaining any yardage.
Foreman comes wide left to the short side. Woodward wide right. And out of the shotgun, Davis steps up into the pocket, throws, and he was hit by Mihilich. Mendoza comes to the short side, wide left. Two receivers right. Cockett is in the slot. Out of the shotgun, Davis back to throw, looking, and this one is incomplete. Short hopped his receiver again. He was hit as he released the football. And that time the pressure for a high snap. The other one, a snap that he bobbled and he was tackled. And PLU took advantage of both of those and scored. The snap is back. He has it. The pressure's coming. Gibbons almost got a hand on it. It's a high short kick. Fair catch called for by Barnett at the 28-yard line of PLU. And so the Lutz will take over offensively now with 9:48 to go in the third ball game. Brian Flatham, the center, leads the offensive unit up to the line of scrimmage. Senior out of Liberty High School in Renton. Mark Weekly right behind him under center with two back split offset to the right side. Has two receivers left. Hang was in the slot. Hand off to the big fullback. Barber spins away from one defender. Gets up to the 30 for a gain of 2. And the tackle by Scott Ross and the line beaters of Southern Oregon State College. In fact, the next two games for PLU will be away from home, as they will be in Salem the week after that to play the Willamette Bearcats. 2nd and 9 for the Lutz. Trips to the wide side, the left side of the field. One setback, Barber. Option play, PLU. Pitch back to Barber across the 30. Stutter steps his way up near the 35. Let's mark him down at the 34 before he's hit and stopped. And so PLU yard line, hash marked left side. Gavin Stanley will come wide right. Tang is in a slot. Weekly out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolls to the near sideline. Still looking now, lofts one up down the sideline for Stanley. Reaches out with one hand, can't pull it in at the 40-yard line. It goes incomplete. Coverage provided by the linebacker Mitchell. And Weekly, just 20, will await the snap from Trevor White. And the snap is back. The kick is off. It's a line drive. It really hangs up, and it's over the head of Knopf, rolling toward the end zone. It goes into the end zone. And the wind was actually coming at Weekly at the time. That was like a shot out of a cannon off of his foot. Over the head of Knopf. It just came to gain momentum on 20, moving right to left.
65-yard punt that time by Weekly versus the PLU special teams coach.
So Davis in the offense for Eastern Oregon back on the field, operating out of the I formation, and the toss sweep to the left side. Knopf across the 20, the 25, the 30-yard line, and down he goes, but he should have a first down. Trevor White and Ted Riddell among those in the area for PM Show, and Mike and I will be selecting the PLU Mega Foods Mega Player of the game. Again, out of the eye with receivers left and right from the hash mark left side. And again, the toss to Knopf across the 30, and he is gang tackled at the 33-yard line by a host of PLU defenders. Brad Christensen is there. This was the score at half, and it remains 37-6 in favor of the Lutes. Foreman comes wide left. Woodward to the right, and the backs are in the eye. Tight end Cockett is strong left. On second down, Davis fakes the pitch, rolling to his right, and he is caught and dragged down inside the 20-yard line. Is that Jason Teal again? Jason Teal.
I think it was Josh Arnold.
Was it Arnold? 90 instead of 92. So Josh Arnold with the sack.
All the way. First half, Davis sacked 3 times for minus 33 yards. The fourth one so far this afternoon going for 14. So 4 sacks, minus 47 yards for the Lute defense.
This is really PLU speed defense. Only one defensive lineman, Teal. The rest are linebackers and DBs, and it's a pitch on the screen over to the right side to Butterfield. He makes the catch and gets back to the line of scrimmage, and Jason Teal is in on the tackle. And that time it worked to perfection, and it forces the punt for Scott back at his 5-yard line awaiting the snap. Barnett and Riddell are back awaiting the return. He stutter stepped on the punt, still got it off, and it bounces along the far sideline at the 47-yard line of Eastern Oregon, and PLU will take over in afternoon for the Mountaineers.
And Orson Christensen, who just screwed up his steps and bobbled it a little, but ended up getting a 28-yarder off.
So Wickley brings the offense back onto the field, and they'll have it first and 10, hash mark left side from the Mountaineer 47-yard line, moving left to right, trips to the wide side, the right side of the field, one setback behind the quarterback, blitz coming, quick throw to Barnett in the near sideline, has it across the 45 and tripped up there, and the linebacker in on the tackle. That's Scott Rawson, a senior, who made the stop, as Wickley will bring up second down and 8. This time ball sits at the hash mark right side, just across the 45-yard line, shy of the 44. And Wickley will operate from the shotgun. Barnett in the backfield along with Barber and 2 receivers left and right. Tane comes to the near side. Long snap count. Wickley looking, has some time throwing. He's looking for his tight end, makes the catch up near the first down marker, which is the 37-yard line, and that's Pilon making his first catch of the season. So Cale Pilon, the tight end, the sideline, and now he brings the offensive unit up to the line of scrimmage. Ball resting hash mark left side at the 36-yard line of Eastern Oregon. Barber shifts in the backfield, toss sweep to the near side. This is Barnett, steps up, has a block across the 30, looking for the end zone. He's got the 10, 5, touchdown, PLU. 4th touchdown of the afternoon for Chad Barnett. And that mega play by the Lutes brought to you by Mega Foods. Mega Foods at South 72nd and Hosmer, just off I-5, open 24 hours a day. It's a 44-6 lead. They have had one go wide, and this one is blocked. It's loose, picked up by Thomas, and he's going to be brought down at the 10, although he's looking for somebody to throw the football to. But Carl Hoseth had gone the other way. And so you're listening to Lute Football on 1180 KLAY. 4:21 left in the third quarter, and PLU on top, 43-6, following Chad Barnett's 4th touchdown of the afternoon, his 2nd on the ground. And the kickoff by Foreman is taken at his 1. Up to the 20 and dragged down by J.D. Seidel across the 20 to the 24-yard line. So Eastern Oregon will start from their 20. Has been having a pretty decent afternoon. He did have one pass intercepted, but that was a tip ball. Tipped at the line of scrimmage and intercepted by Ruby, and PLU was not able to capitalize on that one. One of the few mistakes that Eastern has made that PLU has not capitalized on. Davis back to pass, looking far sideline, catch made by Foreman at the 25 up to the 30, and tight ropes his way up near the first down marker. Let's see where they step blocked. Mendoza comes wide left, ball resting hash mark right side, just shy of their own 31. Eastern Oregon moving right to left. A wing to the left behind the tight end. They give it to the lone setback Butterfield, straight upfield, powers his way across the 35 to the 36 for the first down. They needed 3, and he picked up 5 across the 35. It is declined. First down, Eastern. Chet Benedict. Foreman comes out of the huddle for the Mountaineers. He'll come wide left to the wide side of the field. Woodward is to the short side, the right side, a wing to the right, and Davis out of the shotgun. Actually, there were double wings on the formation. He's back to pass, getting pressure, throws over the middle, off the fingertips of Butterfield. Had it momentarily with a defender on him. Benedict from behind and he could not hold on to the.
Hit him in a bad spot, I guess, right on the hands. Probably a ball that Butterfield should have caught.
Incomplete, stops the clock at the 3:33 mark. Second down and 10 out of the shotgun. Back to pass Davis, looking for Butterfield. He is hit and bounces off the defender, still on his feet, heading upfield. Flag flies and dropped at the 28-yard line. I believe that was Albert Jackson, either Jackson or Winder, who made the hit. It was Jackson, and Jackson was able to get back on his feet and chase him down again, make the stop. But he hit him immediately. After he made the catch, Butterfield began to head upfield, and Jackson came flying in and hit him, but Butterfield bounced off of him. And we have a holding call, meanwhile, against Eastern Oregon.
I think there are two penalties to penalty.
So it is now second down and 31 for Eastern at their own 15. Ball resting between the hashes, so Davis will operate out of the shotgun with receivers left and right. Snap it to the up-back. Butterfield hits a wall at the line of scrimmage. In fact, I think he ran into one of his own players first before Jason Teal wrapped him up.
Having the accolades coming into the season, teams know about him and run away from him or double team him.
So now it is third and 31 from their 15-yard line. Again, from the shotgun, takes the snap. It was low. He's able to get it up. Now he throws it down middle. He got a receiver streaking downfield off his fingertips. Did he hold on? No, he did not. It's incomplete at the PLU 45-yard line. That was George Mendoza, who had a step on the defender. Trevor White is going to drop back deep along with Ted Riddell at the midfield stripe, awaiting the punt from Scott, who is on his goal line. It's a bad snap again, but this time he's able to pick it up on a bounce. It's short line drive dropped by Riddell, and a scramble for it. I think Eastern Oregon has picked it up. They indeed have, and they will have it at their own 42-yard line. Again, hit him in a bad spot, right in the numbers, and he could not hold on, and it bounced forward.
On the snap, there was Lowe getting the punt off, and then Riddell had trouble with his hands.
Now some confusion as Butterfield late getting off the field. They bring another receiver into the backfield. He'll line up next to Davis out of the shotgun. They may not have much time. They got to get this play off. They do snap it back to Davis. He has some time in the pocket, throwing over the middle. It's up for grabs and almost intercepted. Riddell, trying to redeem himself, had a hand on it. He tipped it up, and Benedict and Trevor White, among others, in the area for PLU, trying to get the Lutz. 2 minutes, 6 seconds left here in the third quarter. PLU 43, Eastern Oregon 6. It's second and 10 for the Mountaineers from their own 42-yard line. Backs are split behind the quarterback. Davis back to pass. Again has time. Hit as he throws, though, and it's incomplete. Intended for a receiver up near midfield, but it bounced 2 yards in front of him and stops the clock. Intended
first half, just 3 of 10 in the second, although a couple balls that maybe should have been caught here.
So it's now third and 10 from their own 42. And again, under center, Davis with 2 backs split, offset to the right. Will drop back, 3-step drop, looking, throwing one up high down the near sideline, looking for a receiver. Foreman, he juggled it at the 30-yard line, incomplete. Another one that most likely could have been caught. Scott Larson on the
3 balls that should have been caught, and catch them, and who knows what would have happened.
And the most exciting part of the afternoon so far, the punting game. And here's Scott again. This time it's back. And again, good pressure by Givens. It's a high snap, and this time fair catch called for by Riddell. He makes it at the 32-yard line, so PLU will take over, and looks like 7 to go here in the quarter. And PLU on top by a score of 4. Joe Turgeon is in the backfield. Corey Beret will come wide right. Requa also split along with Turgeon behind the quarterback. And double tight end strong left and right for Carl Hoseth on first and 10 from their own 32. Hash mark left side. PLU moving left to right. Long snap count by Hoseth. He'll hand off to Turgeon. Left side has a hole, and then it closed in a hurry as he got up to the 35 for a gain of 3. And on the tackle for Eastern was the
game here in the second half.
With 1:18 to go here in the third quarter, Requa will come wide right, and again the backs are split with double tight end strong left and right. Second down and 5 for the Lutz. Hoseth under center. Again, a long snap, toss sweep on the pitch to the left side. This is Corey Beret, and Beret gets up to the 38, and he'll be about 3 yards shy of the first down as he picks up one of the guard spot. He's just a freshman out of Puyallup, redshirt freshman. Corey Beret will come wide right, and Weekly, I should say not Weekly, but Carl Hoseth will operate out of the shotgun. The backs are split, again double tight ends with one receiver left and one right. On third down and 3, the blitz look. The Lutz pick it up. Hoseth throws. It's complete for a first down, and he caught it on the knee, and that is man we just talked about, Eric Burkett, and they will not get another playoff before the end of the quarter, as that is the end of 3 with our score. Pacific Lutheran 43, Eastern Oregon 6. Okay, Kathy Hoseth making his first completion of the 1993 season. He picks up a first down, and he sends 2 receivers wide left, Piland and Rekwa, and the backs are split offset to the left, Beret and Turgeon, as he operates under center on first down from his own 44-yard line. And he'll hand off to Turgeon, the fullback. Upfield has the midfield stripe into Eastern Territory to the 45, and a flag down as well. The 48-yard line, holding against the Lutes. So that season is over. Piland will come wide left, 2 receivers go right, and Weekly, or I should say Hoseth, under center on what is now first down and 12 following the penalty. They're back at their own 41-yard line. Ball resting between the hashes. Backs are split offset to the right side. Weekly, option play to the near sideline, pitches back to Rekwa. He's going to be dragged down from behind, way back, and a flag comes late. Looks like a face mask coming up against the linebacker Rawson. When it rains, it pours in Eastern Oregon. A good job of reading the option play by the Lutes. They had it sniffed out, but a penalty on the face mask. And UPS and Simon Fraser. So off the penalty, PLU gets it 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Hash mark left side inside Eastern Oregon territory. Back split behind Hoseth. Beret is the receiver left. Now he goes in motion through the formation. Taps the quarterback as he makes his way. Toss sweep right side. This is Rekwa. He's hemmed in the backfield and dropped back at the PLU 48-yard line. So they'll lose
There are a few more points in this, what has been to this point a very one-sided ball game.
So following the loss, the Lutes face with 2nd and 14 from their own 48, hash mark right side. Hoseth with Rekwa in motion through the formation from the far to the near side. Handoff to Turgeon, the fullback, bounces off one defender across the midfield stripe back near the original line of scrimmage before he's gang tackled as everybody jumping on the pile that time for Eastern Oregon. Lutheran Brotherhood and your local Lutheran Brotherhood agent. So PLU on 3rd and 10 from the 48-yard line. And Hoseth back in the shotgun with 2 backs in the backfield with him. Takes the snap. Here comes the pressure. Steps up throwing. And he throws short to his intended receiver. And a flag comes in late. Piland was the intended receiver at the Eastern Oregon 38. And by the reaction of the DB for the Mountaineers, Ken Strickler, this is going to be a penalty against Eastern Oregon State College. It may be interference. Well, they're discussing it with trying to put some points on the board. Hoseth walks the team up to the line of scrimmage, and the backs are split, double tight ends with a wing to the right side. Again, blitz look coming from Eastern Oregon, and the toss sweep to the right side. Rekwa steps in front of the tackle and gets hammered as he pushes the pile forward up near the 35. A gain of 3 on the play. It'll bring up second player of the game. Rekwa will come wide left on 2nd down and 7. Under center, Hoseth. The 2 back split offset to the right side. Seidel and Turgeon, and double tight end strong left and right. And off to Turgeon over the left side, dragging a defender with him up near the 33 for a short gain of about 2. And so PLU will be faced in the press box, relaying that down to the sideline. Rekwa will come wide to the short side of the field, the left side, 1 receiver right. Out of the shotgun, Hoseth, backpedaling, has time, throws over the middle, and he throws to Piland. Does he make the catch? He does for a first down up at the 22. Diving catch made by the PLU tight end.
Nice catch that time.
New starters after 4 seniors graduated off the team last year. Well, the tight ends, the 2 starters this year, are new because Doug Burton and Kevin Ingman are no longer with the team after their senior seasons last year. So they're breaking in some new receivers as well, at least into the starting rotation. Under center, Hoseth, handoff Turgeon right side, drags a defender forward across the 20. He had a lineman with a hold of his shirt, and he was pulling him forward up for haven't picked up big chunks of yardage, but they have kept the ball moving forward with first downs under the direction of Carl Hoseth. 2 back split offset behind quarterback. 2 receivers wide right, option play, pitch back to Seidel. Seidel with the defenders beating down on him at the 25 will be dropped. and a loss in the play of about 4. Just back outside the 20. Of course, Brian Flatham, a senior in his final year, one of those two will take over next season. And they're certainly getting the experience of playing here in game action this afternoon in the second half against Eastern Oregon. 2 receivers come left on 3rd and 12. Man in motion, Requa toward the formation. Here comes the pressure, and Hoseth gets away, steps up, throws, and this is incomplete, intended for Requa with a defender all over him, the linebacker, Matt.
In the fourth quarter, so it's been about an 8-minute drive so far for this second-team offense.
So 4th down and 12. They need to get inside the 13 for a first down. Hoseth under center has Beland and Requa wide left, and 2-back split offset to the right side. Form in on the defensive front. Toss sweep, pitch. It's dropped loose on the ground, picked up by Eastern Oregon on the fumble. Intended for Seidel on the pitch to the left side, and he could never get a handle on that football, and he will take over at their own 27-yard line.
Like I said, Seidel just never got the...
So 1st and 10 for freshman quarterback Davis. And his offense back onto the field. 6 foot, 195-pound freshman from Nampa, Idaho, throwing down the deep middle of the field. Has a receiver in and out of his hands at the PLU 40. That is the 4th time that Davis has put the ball on the money. And
trying some new ones. That time Hannenberg not really making the most of his opportunity, as that was definitely a ball that should have been caught.
So 2nd and 10, the clock stops with the incompletion with 8:45 to go. Out of the shotgun, Davis over the middle to his big tight end, has it at the 30, and he's dropped across the 30 at the 32-yard line. And the tackle is made by John Roberts. And a long 5 for the Mountaineers. Woodward will come wide right. Two backs split behind the quarterback. Crockett standing up, tight end, strong right. On 3rd down, Davis, look right, comes back left, throws, and a great defensive play at the last second, timing it perfectly, reaching in and knocking the ball loose. And that was a situation again, so everybody grab the edge of your seat and watch out. Scott will wait for the football inside his 20, and it is Trevor White and Ted Riddell back at the 30-yard line, and a bad snap. Actually, we have a new punter in the ball game for Eastern Oregon. And it's Ulrich, who is usually the place kicker, but we have a whistle on the play. And even that snap from center was a little off the mark, and we have delay a game procedure, actually, is the call against the Mountaineers. High with Linfield. And so with 8:01 to go, Ulrich back inside is 15 following the 5-yard penalty. Snap is back, gets the kick off. It's a high kick, and this is going to be Riddell backpedaling to his 31. Behind the block of White, gets back to the 35, and then he's hit and dropped there. The other games this week in the CFA, Southern Oregon owned at Lewis and Clark. Simon Fraser is at Linfield, and we certainly won't hurt their standing. And depending on what teams in front of them do, they may even climb up a bit. New quarterback for the Lutz. A toss sweep to the right side. The Requa breaks up field up near the 35-yard line, which is the line of scrimmage, so he gets back to the line, and that is his as Ben Hunt out of Bellevue, a redshirt freshman. He brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage with 7:11 left, and PLU comfortably on top. Toss sweep on the option to Seidel, and he's hit back at the 30. They'll lose 5 on the play. As Mitchell, the linebacker, comes the Tui, the all-CFA defensive tackle, still in the lineup. So it's 3rd down and 15 for PLU. Hunt out of the shotgun, takes the snap, getting some pressure, rolling to his right, throwing on the run to Requa, and he's hit back at the 22-yard line. So PLU in 3 plays from the line of scrimmage went as he's inside his 10-yard line to await the snap. And one safety back for Eastern Oregon inside his own 35. That's Knopf. Bad snap, picked up by Thomas. Looked to throw the ball. Instead, he'll have to eat it at the 13-yard line. And the punting game this afternoon has been a carnival of errors for the most part.
Put it back and was a little short. Thomas had to go
to salvage something here in the second half. Hopefully, putting the ball in the end zone. He's operating out of the eye with receivers left and right, tight end strong right. And he'll pitch it back. It's a reverse, and Foreman is dropped back at the 25-yard line. PLU not buying that one. And the tackle by Mark Leaf, the linebacker, at that
play as Foreman got the handoff, and half a second later was met by Leaf for the big loss.
So two receivers left and right, and back to pass. Davis going to lob one down the near sideline. Caught but out of bounds, so it's incomplete. Intended for Woodward. He did make the catch, but... And the play now 3rd and 22. Davis dropping back, flag. We're going to bring this one back no matter what happens. They throw into the end zone. It's intercepted by the Lutes. No, he didn't have possession and hit the ground. Let's see who comes out of that pile with it. Arguing that he did indeed make the catch was Van Slytenhorst, but to no avail.
Van Slytenhorst came up as if he had made the interception. Didn't complain. Well, complained briefly, but when it was ruled incomplete, stopped his complaining. I'm not sure if he's just the kind of guy that'll let that go, or if he really thought he had intercepted that ball. But
22. They need to get inside the 4 for a first down. Davis brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage with one setback behind him, and receivers left and right, double tight end formation, strong left and right on 4th and long. Takes the snap, dropping back, has some time, looks. Now he'll sprint out to the left, still looking. Now he's getting pressure from Leap, gets away from Leap. He's going to run the football, looking for the first down, and he's knocked out of bounds, and a flag comes in late up near the 12-yard line where he was tackled. Either maybe a clip possibly, or maybe a late hit against PLU. This will be an interesting call, as Alexander and a couple of other PLU players were chasing him toward the sideline. Leaf from behind. Alexander came over and cut him out and knocked him out of bounds at the 12-yard line. Well shy of out. PLU on top, 43-6. You're listening to Luke Football on K. Quarters, almost 3 quarters. Then Carl Hoseth played briefly at the end of the first half, took over late in the 3rd quarter and early in the 4th, and now Ben Hunt is in there running the offense for PLU. He has 2 backs behind him, split and offset to the left, 2 receivers, and on the option play, it's a busted play. He's trying to break free, in fact going the wrong way, trying to get around the pressure. It goes all the way back to the 5. They'll lose 7, and it will be 3rd down, and Burkett check back in. 3rd down and make it 16. They need to get out across the 18 for a first down. Reqwa's in motion toward the formation. It's inside handoff to Reqwa. He got it from Seidel and goes up near the 10-yard line, so he'll get about 4 on the play. The handoff was initially to Seidel from Hunt. And I think Mark Weekly's back in to punt the football out of his end zone, so they're going to bring him in at least to punt the football away. And Knopf is back at the 48-yard line, his own 48. Right below us, awaiting the football. Snap is back high. Weekly takes it down, gets the kick off. It's a short kick. It's going to take a PLU bounce, though, upfield toward the midfield stripe. It'll bounce across the 50 to the 48-yard line, and that's where PLU will down it. So not a picture-perfect punt, but Coach Frosty Westering gives it a thumbs up to Mark Weekly, who makes his way to the Duluth Football on 1180 KLAY. And it will be Eastern football at the PLU 40, hash mark left side. 2 receivers come wide right. A slot inside of Woodward on first down. Davis drops back, throws, pass to Woodward, caught. It's a little swinging gate play. The ball is loose, and who got it? There's a scramble for it, and I think Butterfield may have come back and covered the football for the Mountaineers. Basically that play, you throw it to Woodward, he makes avoid the turnover. But they did end up losing about 3 on the play, back to the 43 hash mark right side. Davis out of the shotgun, barking out the signals, has receivers left and right and a wing to the right side, takes the snap, looking down the right side, throws, it's deflected high into the air by Arnold and then goes incomplete. Intended for his receiver out on the flat down on the Eastern offense if they're going to put more than 6 points on the board here this afternoon. Out of the shotgun, Davis looking downfield, throwing to the far sideline. Did he catch it? No, he did catch it, but he caught it out of bounds. He was falling out as he made the grab, so it's an incomplete pass, and the receiver on the play was Rob Burkett. 6 afternoon, they're going to have to pick up the first down. Davis out of the shotgun with Burkett wide right, takes the snap, drops back, getting pressure from both ends, steps up in the pocket, throwing, looking for the end zone, has a receiver open, touchdown! Todd Hanneberg, who dropped one moments ago just like that, this time splits the defense on them, their 13th point, and closed the gap to 30. The snap, the kick is on its way, plenty of leg behind this one, and it is good. And with 47 seconds left, Eastern Oregon has... Okay, where's this spot coming here this afternoon? It's an onside kick attempt, though. It's bouncing high in the air and goes out of bounds, so it's into the PLU bench across the Eastern Oregon 45 to the 46, which means the flag comes out. Leading by 30, you don't have it, but we'll see more of that coming up later on in the season. So Hunt with his best field position as a quarterback for PLU at the 48-yard line of Eastern Oregon on first down. And he'll hand it off, and it's loose on the ground. It's recovered by PLU back at the midfield stripe, but Hunt and the ball carrier were both hit by defensive linemen as they made the exchange. And that time for Eastern Oregon, it was
Martin was at the bottom of the pile wrestling with him to get it. Sarkis ended up with it, but 3-yard loss nonetheless.
24 seconds left in the game on second down and 13 following the loss. Hunt is back to throw, rolling to the right. Gonna throw. He's got a receiver downfield who tripped, and it goes over his head. Well covered on the play was Seidel. Incomplete down at the 25-yard line. And hash mark left side. Hunt brings the offense up to the line of scrimmage. Everybody in close. Toss sweep right side to Requa, trying to get to the corner, and he battles his way up near the original line of scrimmage. He'll be about a yard shy of that as he gets to the 48-yard line. It'll be fourth down and the clock running out here. We won't get another playoff as we have come to the end of our game with our final scene. We'll be back with a post-game show, including our selection of the PLU Mega Foods Mega Player of the Game. It's all coming up. Stay with us